Hello, expert investors. We're just enjoying some R&R to start the year, taking a little vacation from the cold and enjoying some of the sunny weather down here in Turks and Caicos. I don't know if you heard a story in the news the last couple of days, but the Ontario Ombudsman has received so many complaints about delays at the Landlord and Tenant Board that they are now launching an investigation. Where this investigation goes and what the results will be, I have no idea, but I think it's a step in the right direction in correcting the system. It can't stay how it is. Renting is becoming, renting good housing is becoming an absolute necessity in the city, in the GTA, in Southern Ontario in general. And the way it's set up right now, it's not going to work out well for landlord or tenants. So I'm glad there's an investigation going on. Hopefully the Ontario government can put some reforms in to start to change. But if you want to know how to avoid all the delays at Landlord and Tenant Board, the best place to do that is before you even start putting in a tenant. So if you use the 10% rule, which I'll explain to you shortly, you'll avoid all the problems to begin with. You'll at least avoid 90 to 95% of problems before you begin. Now, the 10% rule sounds terrible, but it rings true, and I don't care. I got to tell you anyway. 10% of your tenants will be people that are fantastic, people you'd like to invite over for dinner, to have drinks, people you shake their hand and give them Christmas gifts. And unfortunately, 10% of your tenants will be people you want to have nothing to do with, who end up being, you have a terrible relationship with, things don't work out, and all the above. Now, the 10% rule says if you can avoid that bottom 10%, you're going to avoid 90 to 95% of your problems before they ever begin in the landlording process. So that sounds simple and a little bit too easy, but there's more to it. When you're doing your tenant placement, all the due diligence that goes into that, not rushing it, doing your proper checks, and not just credit checks, work checks, employment checks, taking your time to do it properly is really the message behind this, and you will avoid a number of problems. We have our own in-house tenant placement service available through our little real estate team here, and we're helping investors we work with, investors we don't even work with, to help fill their properties. And we apply the same rule, and it's worked wonders for us because we guarantee our results. So avoid those tenant issues by just placing the right tenant to begin with. Okay, and check out that story. It's a good one. Talk to you soon.